Hello, my name is Tina Lopez, and I'd love to be considered maybe for a contract position for the role of a marketing coordinator at Interdependence. And as I was looking at this role, I kind of just wanted to break down, certain things that I think I can bring to the table, but also just showcase some ways that maybe we can, streamline things. So when I was looking at this role specifically, I kind of saw it in a couple different areas where really this role encompasses some level of research as creates it is responsible for some level of content generation as well as partnerships as I was like reading the role specifically. But also a lot of it is coming down to skill sets of like, leveraging Cloud Code, leveraging automation tools, all the things. And the good thing is that I'm a Zapier Solutions partner and I also build in Cloud Code as well as Codex, and pretty much I'm pretty technically up to speed with a lot of platforms these days. And so when I was thinking about like some of the things that we can build across research creation and, just generally like also tracking performance as we are building these things, I kind of came up with a few ideas. So when it comes to research, I think the biggest research that we could, focus on is like trends, right? Like what is, trending really well? What is, the thing that is performing well within your client's niche? Are there specific formats when it comes to content creation or hooks or topics that the niche needs to represent or needs to showcase in order to be on trend? We can build a trends agent. And I actually think it's better to build an agent for this because instead of having a team member that's chronically online to identify trends, we can actually just leverage an API to actually pull all the trends of relevant information on what's going viral on short form video, what's going viral on, long form videos as well, on long form content as well, and leverage that. And so we can build the trends agent within Cloud Code, preferably. And then if you also wanted to do Codex, that's an option as well. And then also when it comes to researching marketing strategies in terms of like what strategies are going really well for other clients within the space that are maybe competitors of your current clients, leveraging Cloud Code or Codex to really, see and do research on like your clients' competitors to see what is it that they're doing, and then maybe bringing that competitive research when you have that client conversation as well. So those are a couple agents that we can build either within Cloud Code or Codex. And then when I think about creation, there are also a couple other agents that you can build with that as well. So, you can create so many different agents when it comes to social content creation, like carousels, overlay hook videos. All of these ultimately are formats. But I think the value of having an agent or an automation execute this is that you're no longer actually doing it yourself, or you're no longer hiring headcount to execute it yourself. You can actually just have an agent instead do it for you. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you can stay lean and be a great team in the process. And then when it comes to content creation, in terms of like, distributing the media, you can definitely create an agent for blogs, for your newsletter, all those things. And I would say in this realm, you're going to need some level of automations plus agents. I would say agents would be the place where you would really have any like dynamic elements in there and maybe some decision making. Automations are going to be primarily like if you have standard formats that you want to create content with or standard processes, then we're going to leverage automation as well. But you can leverage both, and I'm as a Zapier Solutions partner, just as an FYI. So something to consider. And then when it comes to performance, I think the thing is like if we are, creating new strategies, creating new content on behalf of the clients, like it's important to measure what that actually looks like in terms of either, traffic, dollars, things like that, right? And so you could have an agent that is assigned per brand to identify like socially, like what does a social presence look like? Have we driven any email subscribers to their newsletter? Have we driven any brand mentions, as an example? You can have an agent that like scours maybe the internet like once a week or looks within all your systems to report on those metrics, and then we can put it into a database, and then we can use Claude to maybe create an artifact to create the dashboard of all the data, so that when you have a client, you can actually like report on those metrics, as an example. And so again, I'm a Zapier Solutions partner. I build a lot in Cloud Code and Codex, and I think that this would be a great opportunity to contract for this position. If this is something of interest to you, I would love to hear back. And all I want to say is thank you for your time. Thank you.